Tired of making decisions? Don't be surprised. After all, you must make hundreds, if not thousands every day. And they literally tire you out. Your willpower isn't an infinite resource. It acts like a muscle and gets tired if it's overused. But thanks for deciding to watch the video though, one of your better ones. Have you ever bought a car, planned a wedding? It's astonishing the level of detail you have to deal with, all of which involves some decision that has to be debated and agreed. It saps your energy and you eventually give in to whatever the next suggestion is. Life is too short. Any decision can be broken down into what psychologists call the Rubicon model of action phases. It's named after Julius Caesar's decision to cross the Rubicon. This river defined the border of Rome's territory, so Roman generals were not supposed to cross it with their legions. Waiting on the Gaul side of the river, Caesar was in the pre-decisional phase, contemplating the risks and rewards of starting a war with Rome to become emperor. Then he stopped calculating and crossed the Rubicon. This was the post-decisional phase, when he famously said, "The die is cast." Crossing the Rubicon, making the decision, is the most exhausting phase. It's more exhausting than considering your options or even marching on Rome. If you had to choose between the tedious minutiae of wedding planning or marching on Rome, would you choose Rome? Mentally depleting your willpower this way makes it difficult for you to accept necessary trade-offs and compromises. You become a cognitive miser, hoarding your energy. If you're shopping, you just look at one criteria, like price, give me the cheapest. This leaves you vulnerable to marketeers who know when to time their sales. You end up taking the default option. People in car sales know this. That's why there are so many choices when you buy a car. Not just make and model, but engine size, trim, colours, accessories. Eventually you end up agreeing just to end the discussion, not because you really need all those extras. Expect to spend an extra £1,000 this way. It's also especially difficult if you do not have many resources anyway. The simple example is shopping on a limited budget. Then you must struggle continually with trade-offs for even basic items. And don't believe this reduction in mental energy is just limited to purchasing decisions. If your energy is depleted, it's depleted for every type of decision you're taking, whether you're having a difficult conversation, deciding whether to continue studying that day, and whether this low self-control, which is what this really is, leads to an extra glass of wine or some extra food intake. Low self-control and a need for some sugar explains the positioning of sweet, tasty snacks by the cash register in supermarkets. To some extent, supermarkets are right. A quick hit of sugar does bring you better self-control. It's recently been proved that when energy levels are low, the brain still functions, but pays more attention to short-term gains and less to long-term rewards. It's one reason why dieting is so difficult. Reducing calorie intake reduces energy levels, which reduces willpower. To improve your willpower, you need to increase your energy levels. In other words, dieters need to eat more to get the willpower to diet. But don't just go and eat too much. Just make sure that when you do make important decisions, you're rested and refreshed. We have many more decisions to make than our ancestors. Most of our decisions do not need a lot of time. Just decide quickly, move on, keep your energy levels up. This goes for checking your emails and other relatively trivial things. Each email, for example, requires 1 or 2 decisions: delete, delay, or open and read. So many emails, so many decisions. Leave cleaning your emails out until you've done the most important stuff for that day. They can wait. And make sure that you do your important work either just after breakfast or just after lunch when you have enough energy to devote to it. There's another video on exactly when to make decisions later. I've got a blog section on the website all about thinking and decisions and ones on planning and management. Click the link in the description, start your journey, and be sure to check back to the website. The new thinking and decisions section will be regularly expanded to help you succeed